Hi, it's Kevin from Claudia's Door Decor. Several of you have asked Claudia how things work in her studio, so I'm here to give you behind the scenes peek. Let me start off by saying there's a lot of ways to go live on TikTok, and most of them work great. I'm here to show you what Claudia asked for, how we did it, and maybe show you how you can do something similar. A quick disclaimer before we get started, Claudia and I both use Samsung phones, so this is not tested on Apple devices or other Android devices. Let's start off with what Claudia asked for. How many of you have noticed when all of the words are backwards on a video? Well, Claudia did, and her number one ask was that she wanted left to be left, right to be right, and be able to read the words. She knew that others were using two devices, such as a phone for a wide-angle camera view and a tablet on another account to read the comments, but she knew this added a slight delay, so she really wanted one device. She asked for a work table that was comfortable working height and good lighting. Those are conversations for another video. All right, Claudia's setup, it's an older Samsung Galaxy Note 10 that used to be her primary phone. When she moved into her current phone, we used an even older phone that was sitting in a drawer as the trade-in, so she was able to keep it. The phone doesn't have cellular service, but it works great over Wi-Fi. The phone sits on a gooseneck stand about 6 feet from where she stands, getting a good raised view of her and her work area. This is connected via a USB-C cable to something that looks like a laptop, but it isn't. A laptop is a device designed for smartphones that support desktop mode. Desktop mode can be another conversation, but it basically gives Claudia a 15-inch touchscreen, trackpad, and a keyboard that mirrors her cell phone screen. Pretty cool, huh? The laptop we use is a UPerfect U-Dock. Similar products are available on Amazon. One lesson learned, the USB-C cable that came with the laptop wasn't long enough to reach the phone. 3 Amazon orders later, I finally figured out that I needed a 10-foot USB-C version 3.2 Gen 2 USB-C cable. And yes, that is a mouthful. The last thing about Claudia's setup, to work the way that TikTok wanted it to work, she had to disable Samsung DeX in her phone. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The laptop, it wasn't cheap. And we knew we'd be able to use it when we traveled, especially being neither of us have laptops. So this does serve multiple purposes for us. There are a ton of more cost-effective options that we could have used, especially if you're like me and have an old monitor shoved in the corner or a couple of old wired keyboards or wired mice. For $25 on Amazon, you can get a USB-C port replicator, which allows you to connect to an external monitor or TV with HDMI, keyboard, mouse, and even a wired Ethernet connection to your phone, and basically do the same thing. Now that you have your old monitor or TV, a keyboard, mouse, power cord, and this port replicator, how do you hook it up? You've got your video and your power on this side, Ethernet connection on this side, optional. And then your keyboard and mouse would go on this side. Once everything is connected, you will need to turn DeX off. But check this out. That's it for this behind the scenes look. Several of you have asked about Claudia's recent lighting additions, so stay tuned. Bye for now.